Hi, my name is Maria Angelica J. Macadangdang, grade 12 student. This day, I want to talk to you about something that's been waiting on my mind. It's about tattoo art. Without further ado, let's start.
A tattoo is a design that is permanently etched in the skin using needles and ink. The word tattoo is derived from the Tahitian term tatua, which means to mark. Tattoos have been displayed by people of all cultures for centuries, but they have only recently gained social acceptance in the United States. Adding decorative illustrations to skin has been a popular practice since ancient times. Clay dolls have been found that indicate the Egyptians used tattoos as early as 4000 BC. Over the centuries, different world cultures. For example, around 500 BC, the Japanese began tattooing for both cosmetic and religious purposes. They even used tattoos to brand known criminals as part of their punishment. The Japanese involved puncturing the skin with fine metal needles to create multicolored designs. Eskimo tribes developed their own technique using bone needles to pull soot-covered thread using the skin. In the 70s, Captain James Cook traveled to Tahiti and observed the native skin marking costumes. In his book The Voyage in H.M. Bark and Devore, Cook wrote, "They stained their bodies by indentings or prickings the skin with small instrument made of bone, cut into short teeth, which indenting they fill up with dark blue or black mixture prepared from the smoke of an oily nut. This operation, which is called by the native tatua, leaves an indelible mark of the skin. In the years after Cook's voyage, sailors visiting the Polynesian islands spread the Tahitian ritual around the Pacific. The popularity of tattoos continued to grow over the last 200 years. In the 19th century, tattoos became popular in England among the upper class. For example, Lady Randolph Churchill, Winston Churchill's mother, had a snake tattooed around her wrist. In the United States, tattoos have been historically associated with sailors, motorcyclists, and prison inmates because tattoo shops were considered dangerous and socially unacceptable. However, since the 1980s, this mindset has changed considerably and tattoos are becoming increasingly popular among men and women of all ages, and have been used by many different cultures, and in each culture, the tattooed art has its own meaning. Modern tattooing began in 90s when an American named Samuel O'Reilly invented the first electric tattoo machine. Most tattoo artists and their customers were outside the mainstream of society.
The positive about the tattoo art is that it can reduce stress, and others says that it can improve your immune system, which is good for your body. And the negative effect of tattoo is it might be the reason why you can't go to abroad like others who have problems about this. They will just do the laser procedure just to erase the tattoo, but the scar can't be erased. And for those who have allergic in the skin or any allergic reactions, and it may sometimes cause blood-borne disease, that's why they should consult first before deciding to have a tattoo thing in someone's life to express their true self. So I'll just rate it 88% out of 100 because there's a negative effect, especially to those who go abroad, but at the same time, there's the positive things then because people can express their inner self. That's why I recommend tattoo art, an art form which lets a person express their inner self. Those who are familiar with this art can tell you a lot about someone's life, interests, and beliefs without having an actual conversation with that person. A kind of art that tells a lot of story by its figure. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you like it. Thank you and goodbye.